So here's a new project. Just doing 6x9s in the sides, right here in the back passenger seat. This is a 2-door Cherokee. So normally with the 2-door you'd have a door here. I mean a 4-door. You'd have a door here, but this is a 2-door, kind of rare. Originally there were drink holders here. They're kind of stupid, kind of built into the plastic. And then, you know, it would just cover up all that. I have the plastic pieces, but what I did was I cut out along this line here the drink holders, and perfectly fits a 6x9 coaxial speaker. And if I wanted to, I could do a 6x9 with a tweeter and put the tweeter up there because I got some room, and then got some room in between the seat and the speaker right there. I'll show you the panel that I cut out, but yeah, I custom made this MDF thing. I don't know what to call it. I guess I'll call it a baffle, to fit in some key contact spots. I don't think I have all the screws in that I want. I might put one more in the middle and another one down there, but for right now 4 screws holds it in, solid, and it doesn't rattle much. The only rattling I get anymore is from the seat belt. I'm thinking maybe putting a washer in there, in between the clip and the spindle. Maybe that'll help the vibration. I don't know. Here's what it looks like without any panels on it. It's just an open hollow area, and so I thought, well, might as well take advantage of it, and I want to get some nice rear speakers, so 6x9s are the way to go because they fit perfect. And then these are just Pioneers, really cheapos. I'm gonna upgrade them. I like Soundstream, so I'm gonna get Soundstream Tarantula 5 1/4 for the front doors, and then 6x9s for the back. And eventually, when I get the money, do sound deadener inside this panel here, because it sounds pretty much like a tin can. And then probably the same for the roof and all that, because my subwoofer's in the back. That's today's project. Let me show you the plastic parts. So here's the plastics. I think this is the passenger side. But as you can tell, kind of a retarded drink holder in in the side. And the seat goes right there, and there's the wheel well, like as you can probably tell. This one I cut out, ready to go in the car. Gotta kind of clean up the rough edges a little bit, but that's just kind of cutting it down and sanding it. Cool part about these, and this is why this is working, is these panels sit about a little over 3/4 of an inch away from the actual car body, and so there's a hollow space in there. So what I did was just put in MDF for the baffle and to take up that space in there. And so when you get it all together, MDF is going to sit like right under here with my hand, and I'll probably carpet it, and then the speaker will be in the middle. So that's what I plan on doing. So I'll show you the baffle here in a second. Here's baffles I made with the MDF. A lot of little cuts to try to get it big enough so that when I cut out the outline that no gaps show, and it actually turned out really good. I also highlighted on here the body of the car where I can mount, and what I did on the other one, and I'll probably do on this one, is mount 2 here, probably 3 up top, and then 1 on this tab up there. Should work out really good. And then I'll probably cut out the speaker hole after I've mounted it for the first time. We'll see. I still got to cut out the other panel, which was a pain, and I'm cleaning this one up and have it ready to go back in the car. I'll show you the rest of this baffle on the back side. I had to get a router and router out this space for the wheel well. There's a plastic shroud on there that takes up some space, so I had to router out, and then leaving this for a tab. Cool thing is the plastic, it just has a hole in it, factory. I don't know why, but I thought, well, that's a great spot to mount it. And then, so that's how I made this panel. It was really hard. I had to make a template out of cardboard and just kind of go back and forth and shave more and more off of this, and then make a mirror image for the other side. So I'm gonna put it in the car, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like. Oh, got one of these in, other one's ready to go, so I'll be in a few seconds. Still got 4 screws for right now. I'll probably add more once I get it carpeted, because I gotta take it out again. But I stuffed a little bit of carpet for some insulation temporarily until I do the sound deadener. And then ran my speaker cord, so it's in there. It's nice and solid. So now I'm just going to mount the speaker and then start putting the plastic back on, so I'll show you guys what it looks like once the plastic is on. It'll look a lot better because you won't see any of that. It's all the metal. Anyways, so I'll get that put on. Alright, so got the speakers put in, and the baffles, and the plastic shroud back on. So, kinda looks factory again. Anyway, the carpeting hasn't happened yet. Gotta do that still, but luckily MDF, it looked kinda the same color as my interior. But, yeah, there they sit. Looks good to me, and so here's the other side. And they seem to sound really good too. For bass, I don't know if it's just the speakers, but they don't put out what I was liking them to put out. They do have the entire, panel behind there, all that space to kind of use, but I think these are just cheapos. Anyways, I really am happy now because it's looks better, a little bit more functional, and now I have some rear speakers. So here's the fronts. Kind of go open those doors. I mean, I'm not looking to sound completely perfect, but I think that keeping it basically close to stock, kind of utilizing space, I've done a real good job, I think, of doing that. And I'm gonna, for the carpet, probably get like a mocha colored or a really light tan if I can find it, and just carpet this baffle, and then put everything back on. And the carpet will help too, because there's, in some spots, just a small little gap that kind of could be filled, and then you can pull it away a little bit. But overall, I think it's really close though. I mean, there's hardly any space there. At the top, there's hardly any space. And down there, there's a bit of space. I could have moved it over a little bit. This one, I think, yeah, I did the same thing. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, so, actually, I'll let you hear it. So, I'll turn on stereo. Actually, I have it on pause. So, yeah, they sound real good. I don't think it's a big deal having them facing towards each other, because the front ones do the same thing. So, not a big deal. One issue I do have is hopefully when I replace these speakers, the grill on this protrudes quite a bit, so as you can tell, it sticks out pretty far. And the issue is when I come to fold down this seat, this back part on my seat, that I don't know if you can see that. This tab ends up scraping on there, so holding on the seat's not going to be something I can do often, because it would require that I either scratch up my grill, which I kind of have, or just, take the grill off. Problem is, it takes a speaker with it, so I don't know what to do about that. Didn't think about that, but I think it was well worth putting these right in there, and I showed you guys all the stuff I did to do it. It wasn't easy, but I think it's paying off. It'll look better once I do the carpet and get the nicer speakers. I'm going Soundstream because really love their stuff. Actually, all my my amp and bass booster for my subwoofers, all Soundstream. So really like that brand. Got good reviews on the speakers. Apparently they're the best speakers you can buy for that price. Really good sounding ones, and they're like, I think the 5 1/4s are 100 watts and the 6x9s are 150 watt RMS, which is tons of power. And they got huge magnets on them. They're like little subwoofers. But for now, I'm stuck with these. So that's what the updates are today.